It takes only a tiny snowflake falling at the right place at the right time to start an avalanche. Great things can arise from the smallest of beginnings. We never know what we may start with our actions or words, no matter how trivial they seem at the time. Even the mighty Mississippi River begins as just a small stream, so small that a child could step over it.
Hi.
Hi.
Ron? Ron?
Oh, I'm sorry. Honey, my mind's somewhere else.
What's wrong? Did something happen?
No, not really. Not much.
Well, something must have happened. You look like you've seen a ghost.
Well, no, not a ghost. No, a former student.
Well, what's so terrible about that?
It wasn't terrible. It was humbling.
What are you talking about?
Marie Chase. She was in my class about 4 or 5 years ago. She was very polite. She's very quiet. She was your typical student. And she came by today after school.
What did she come by for?
To tell me how she'd done after graduation, about her wonderful marriage, her job, and in 6 months, she was going to have her first child. Yeah.
Mr. Duncan, hi. I don't know if you remember me. I'm Marie Chase. I was a student of yours a few years back. Hi.
How are you?
Good. Nice to see you again.
Good, nice to see you.
That's great. But I still don't understand.
I didn't either. I only had her for one course. Honestly, I didn't remember her. Good for you. I'm glad to hear it. So, have you seen all your old teachers here?
No, I just came to see you.
See me?
To thank you.
Thank me? For what?
Well,
Hey, you want to sit down?
yeah. This is, it's hard for me to say. While I was going here, my stepfather, he did things to me. He hit me, and he came into my bed.
You don't have to tell me this if you don't want to.
I need to, and I want to. I was ashamed, afraid, and I couldn't tell anyone. And then finally, my junior year, my parents went away, and they left me alone for the first time. That's when I decided I couldn't bear it anymore. And it had to end. They left on a Thursday night, and I spent the whole evening getting ready. I bought a roll of plastic tape, and I covered up all the cracks in the garage. And I put the keys to my mother's car in her ignition. And I even put Teddy Bear on the front seat so that I wouldn't be alone. The next day, Friday, I went to school. My plan was to ride the bus home, wait until my mother called, and then after we hung up, I'd go out to our car and turn it on. Nobody would even miss me until Sunday afternoon when they got back. But I'd be dead by then. Free from him.
What happened?
Well, that day was strange because I felt like this robot programmed to move from class to class, waiting for the final bell. going through the motions of being alive. Until the last class. And that was your class, Mr. Duncan.
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
We had turned in papers the week before and you were giving them back out. Do you remember? You were walking up and down the aisles, saying something to each student as you gave his work back to him. And then you came to me and you handed me my paper and you said you enjoyed it. And you said I should keep writing. And then you put your hand lightly on my shoulder. Pat. Friendly. Nothing else. And then you went to the next student. I took the bus home. But after my mother called, I packed up all my things and I called a shelter for teens. They picked me up that night. I never went back. You saved me, Mr. Duncan. You saved my life. And I had to come here to say thank you. And I wanted to give you something as a reminder of what you did for me. Thank you. Thank you so much.
And then she left. Joanne, it scared me.
Why?
Well, the strange thing is that I don't even remember the incident. What if I just walked by without a word?
But you didn't.
But how many kids have I just passed by? Thousands. And I have no idea what's really happening to them. Or what they need.
It was the right gesture at the right moment. When one person took the time to stop, to make contact, she realized there was a person out there who cared. Just keep doing what you do.
But that's just it. What did I do? It was a simple touch. So little. How could that make such a difference?